Oh, howdy, Mom.
Hi, and welcome to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I'm your friend Mike, and we're gonna be playing this one. Once I saw that this was a game, I was like, you know what? I gotta play it. So, here we go. Welcome, Chef. Before we get started, tell us your name. Go with, Mikey Squeeze. Yeah, Chef Mikey Squeeze. Has a nice ring to it. Alright, here we go. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and at him and throw the clock out the window. You know what? We're gonna smack that clock up and at him. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wonder. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. What should we do? We need to take this seriously or allow yourself to daydream a bit thinking about the future? You know what? Let's daydream a little bit. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. KFC branded biscuits. Yikes, you're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Oh, here we are. This must be the academy. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. She is awkward. What voice should I give her? Alright, I'm gonna make her annoying.
Good morning, Mikey Squeeze! Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives?
She sounds like Toad. Alright, she sounds like Toad. Actually, I'm,
Because I sure am! Excited and a little nervous! Okay, a lot nervous!
What the?
It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail?
Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great.
But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up!
A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Like a loser. Did you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? You know, let's pep talk her, she's our best friend after all. Remember last month when we saw the fortune teller and had our tarot cards read?
The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget!
I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower, and the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit?
I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I can call my own!
And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease.
You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all! And if not, at least I have these killer bangs!
Her bangs are all fucked up. What's she talking about? She's delusional.
Can you believe I cut them myself?
Yeah, I can. They're fucked up. You can definitely believe it. Yep. I can't believe it. You lied through your teeth to your best friend. Or you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Oh no, my spoons! Not my spoons!
Hey!
It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Alright, Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Hey.
You leave Mikey Squeeze's shins alone! They're perfectly normal shins!
Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone.
If anyone knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us! We're shin experts! We look at shins all day!
We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. They are really weird. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Ahem, Van.
You rang.
Oh, look at this guy, he's fucking fabulous. This guy is, ooh, what a fucking queen, okay. Look at his hair, it's styled into a star, it's like a star pompadour. I like his hair. Can I date Van the Man? I like him. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy of Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now.
Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs can learn a lot from us.
With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam.
Psh! See you later, losers!
What the fuck? Who is this guy? As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Sorry, I don't know why the fuck I made him say it like that. That's not much better. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. It's pull, not push, you fucking idiot. That should do the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you? My name's Pop! I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop, I'm Mikey Squeeze. So, are you gonna make me hold this door all day?
Nope!
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me, or is he kinda cute?
I think it's just you. That's a child. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure of where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Look at this dog. He's got some interesting eyes. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. His name's Sprinkles. Alright, how should I do this one?
Now. Quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class?
You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL!
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little bit fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. I wouldn't exactly call KFC fine dining, but, you know. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
It's chilly!
No, sorry. It's chilly! Someone close the window! And then, he walks in. Ooh! Who's that tall drink of water? Who is that extra helping of chicken thigh? You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still.
It's him!
If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, I do declare, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone's looking at you. And you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweat's lot.
Maybe we should open that window up before faucet pits melt into a puddle and evaporates entirely.
Hold on just a second! Nobody talks to my friend like that! You two...
Oh, sorry. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults?
Besides, when Mikey Squeeze sweats, it's not gross! It's beautiful! Look at that shimmer!
It's not beautiful when I sweat, personally. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. I didn't really have a choice there. There was only one choice. That was kind of, I was in a position. Colonel Sanders is, abusing his stature as the celebrity chef. I felt pressured into talking to him. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy. This classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. He's blowing you a kiss. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you? About how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Shit. You know what? I will take it all. I want it all, Colonel Sanders. Give it to me. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells the most delicious chicken you've ever met and a little bit of ballsack. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and settle some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss.
Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue. You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
No, don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher.
Making him such a bitch. Everyone stares at him blankly.
Does no one remember me? I'm.
You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable! Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. What the fuck? What the hell is he? He's like a rope, like a... The class bursts into laughter. Okay, I think he's like a chicken fryer or something. And he's like blinking at us. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? And why do you have treats in your pocket? Were you planning on meeting a dog today? Do you just have them on you at all times? Questions that we may never know the answer to. Beef treat, rubber ball, chicken snack. Okay, this is a game about chicken. I mean, the obvious choice is the chicken snack, right? You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Yes. Well. I think there might be some competition for new star student. Oh, please, we can never beat out Colonel Sanders. Come on. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay them no mind. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Okay, so he does carry them at all times. I do carry them at all times, I guess. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 spots remain.
Hey, Mikey Squeeze! There's still a seat here next to me! Hey, right here, Mikey!
It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me, if you're interested. Ooh, that's an invitation from Colonel Sanders. 2 good options, but which one will you choose? Well, granted, you know, given that my ultimate goal is to get laid by Colonel Sanders, I think I'm gonna have to choose sitting by the Colonel, right? That would only be logical. So, we're gonna sit next to the Colonel. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. I fucking butchered that because I can't get his accent down. That is so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me! This is incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? I mean, should we give troll answers? Alright, let's give troll answers. Let's see what happens. It doesn't matter at all. That's wrong! Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. Night vision goggles, a slam dunk. Forest is to tree as chicken is to... Okay, forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. Let's go with night vision goggles. That's wrong! What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, a spork. It's gotta be a comically oversized fork, duh. That's wrong! Wrong! What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat's a pancake that looks like a silly face. I'm going with camel meat. That's wrong! Wrong! You're fucking wrong! Is Sprinkles a good boy? Answer carefully. No, just straight up no. He's a dog that teaches at culinary school. He's the best boy, and yes. You know what? Let's go with no. Let's see what happens. That's wrong! He is nothing but the best. Total score is 0 out of 5. Okay. Fail. If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the dating simulator. Oh, I fucking lost. Okay, so you just fucking lose. Okay, let's try again. All right, here we go. Let's do the quiz again. This time we're just gonna get the right answers. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork, of course. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. That's right. Your total score is perfect score, 5 out of 5. All right, let's do it. Yeah, give it up. Yeah, we did it. Knew we could do it. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? Kinda. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. Well, I do declare, I know that we just met, but I have to confess, I think that you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, Mikey Squeeze, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch! It smells crazy good! Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was
Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Hey,
It's about lunch. Everyone cheers.
But
Lunch! 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 She said shush! In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with y'all for lunch.
That must be the smell I smelled!
Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is his dick as big as they say? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I got to say about that.
What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him! Ha!
He looks he looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. Ooh, I think she's got the hots to the colonel. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he's destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself.
Oh, please.
Well, Van the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face and he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to... What? It transports you to another dimension. Okay, this went off the rails, I think. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind, meditate on this moment, try to identify every flavor, savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim toward the light. You know what? Let's swim toward the light. I want to see what's over there. Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense, you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach toward the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer. Closer. Till your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no Mikey Squeeze now. There's only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. You're dead. Game over. What the fuck? Oh, I swam towards the fucking light. So that kills you. This is a hard game. I just wanted to swim towards the light. Okay, it better start me right when I transcend. Do not start me in the cafeteria again. Started me in the cafeteria again. All right, we're skipping ahead. All right, here we go. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate. Try to identify every flavor, savor the moment, and everything that it tells you about. All right, let's do this. We gotta find a way. We gotta find out about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. So we're gonna go with that one. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could take you to, Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Was it perhaps crack? Heroin? Ha ha ha! How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal, but I'm gonna spread heart disease to millions of Americans. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. Trust me, he's going to give it up. Or we're going to make him. Know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? Aw. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers, just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use My dick. What the fuck? I skipped it on accident. My dick! Wow, you'd have never guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my own story will continue after I've graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength, wow him with a big idea, to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. We're trying to fuck. We should neg him. That always works, right? We'll see what happens if we neg him. You know, I've been thinking about your secret recipe. Of course you were. You don't simply forget a flavor combination like that. That's exactly right. I remember it because I've tasted it before. I stopped at a random fried chicken stand the other day and their chicken tasted exactly like yours. Ooh, that's a fucking slap in the face to the Colonel. Did you just compare my recipe to a random fried chicken stand? Well, yes I did, but it was a really good stand, especially considering it was frozen first. Frozen chicken? Colonel Sanders struggles to conceal his emotions, fighting back tears of anger. We made him cry. Colonel Sanders is a big pussy. I can't believe you say such a thing. You realize you've done irreparable damage to your relationship from which it can never recover. He's hurt. How could you? Hey, Mikey Squeeze, you saw that this game was called a dating sim, right? If that's your idea of dating, this is not the game for you. Don't tell me what to do. I get laid all the time. I got laid 3 years ago. All right? Game over. All right, we're gonna try again. We're gonna do it. We're gonna actually do it. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. All right, wow him with a big idea. No, we don't want to fuck with his recipe. We're gonna actually try to get it this time. So we're gonna go and be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Mikey Squeeze. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Wow, look at this place, it's magnificent! Finally, we get to show our stuff! Wait a second, oh no, we have to show our stuff! What if I totally blow it?
You're not gonna blow anything except for my penis. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans. You're going to earn with your signature. Adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cookie arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. And that one hurts my voice. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Yeah, it's on. Hey, Colonel. Would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two? That is, me and you, if that wasn't clear? Want to be my partner? Aw, sure, Mikey Squeeze. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner! Beep, boop, bzz.
Oh my! 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose!
It looks like you'll have to pick 4. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Pop or Clank? This is a shitty choice. Do we want to be Pop? Do we want Pop or Clank? Okay, look at Clank's little mouth. We gotta go with the little mouth. Let's go with Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate! It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this point. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp.
Hold on there, fella! We don't even know the assignment yet!
Technically, Clank might not even have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzz.
Tissue, I hardly know you! Woo!
Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. He's turned on. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're gonna keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. You know I'm gonna go with a bad answer here. Let's go with the steak tartare. I had a delicious steak tartare once at an incredibly fancy restaurant. It was simple, but sophisticated. Maybe we could make that? Beef? Raw beef? With seasoning and egg yolk on top. Mikey Squeeze, I must admit, I am disgusted right now. Consider our partnership ended. We lose. Mikey Squeeze, where's your partner? I suggest we prepare steak tartare and raw beef. Pack your things. Your time at University of Cooking School Academy for Learning is over. Alright, let's try again. I'm really playing this inefficiently. Okay, we went with the... Sorry, we're back. We went to the mashed potatoes and gravy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. It reminds me of my grandmother's pussy. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man.
Did somebody call for me?
No, jeez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Mikey Squeeze's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working on a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looks like Mikey Squeeze was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up on my level. Ha! Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that's positioned yourself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick? It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing's clear. She's coming for the Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunks of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. We gotta go with Sanders, right? I don't want to end the game again. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Ooh. My partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right, Colonel? Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, and from contracts to handshakes, I took on Mikey Squeeze for my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. A man of integrity, bravo, Colonel. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Mikey Squeeze's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn these cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish and onto his bare chest. Gravy flows down to the mound of mashed potatoes, and the results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders gets turned on, and as he continues to pour the gravy, not only on his chest, but on the rest of his body too. You can't help but get turned on as well. You desperately try to hide your erection. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork. And for that small moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Look at him winking at us. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling a sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face! Whoa. Van Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Mikey Squeeze. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I ask Potato's face?
Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hands. Mashed potatoes with gravy, hold on.
Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on the battle axe forged by the supreme chef ancestors.
That is actually pretty cool. I kind of like that.
You've ignored me for too long. It ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy.
The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It's been eaten.
I think I've left something in the oven.
I don't feel so good.
It killed him. He turned into a KKK member. No, it killed him. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up into Pops' mouth. They're gonna kill this child in this game? Really? Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his obvious self. What the fuck?
Oopsie. Tastes like poison. Ha!
The entire class is gathered to watch Pops' final moments. Shock is frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. His final moments. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pops' enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against the poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here are making enough money. Ooh.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here!
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. He died. Give him some attention. He fucking died. Why is this game bullying this guy? It's promoting bullying, KFC. Don't promote bullying. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home.
What? Like, for real? Oh, come on!
You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about the food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you've been developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders. Yes, Mikey Squeeze. There's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first.
Oh, geez.
You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream. The one day I would be eating the greatest chef in the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream day and night. Never stopping, never resting, also lifting a ton of weights. Like, so many weights.
We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star.
Hey, you... Shut up. I'm the one here to say the inspirational stuff and be the star of the story.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that.
I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. You bullied this kid into dying. Good job.
And forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero.
Oh, what the fuck? Ugh. The spork monster is here to fight a hero.
I think I left my fridge and the door open. Later, nerds.
How dare you threaten me, just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid, be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. Oh, what will you do? Attack or defend? Look at that thing, we're gonna defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. You close your eyes tight, but then open them just enough to squint and see the spork monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. Okay, so I guess we'd better just attack then, right? Or should we just keep defending to see what happens? Let's just attack. Well, you know what? Let's defend again. Let's see what happens. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Buff up? Let's try buff up. You think about that feeling you get after having a good meal where you're so full and happy that nothing can get you down, like food in your belly. Just the thought warms you up and you grow stronger. Spork Monster is really feeling emboldened by your lack of attacks. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend again? You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Buff up again. You draw energy into your arms, thinking back on all the stirring you did in the kitchen as a child. Your muscles go super swollen, you're ready to take on anything. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to be able to survive the battle. Let's defend again. Let's see what happens when you die. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Buff up again. No one can control this much buffness. You start to feel bloated and, quite frankly, a little greasy. Gassy. You better attack soon or you'll likely explode. You decide to go on the attack. Okay, so it forced me to attack. Okay, whatever, KFC. Cook with love, chow down, rowdy russet roundhouse. I like the alliteration. I'm a sucker for it. Let's go with that. Holy shit. Light beams out from your eyes. You have transformed into a being of pure flavor. You spin so quickly that your movements become nearly invisible as you lash out at the Spork Monster. I wish I could see it. Why didn't they show it? Rowdy russet roundhouse does 8 damage. Why didn't they show the attack? That would have been a perfect place for an animation there. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pop Pie Power Punch! Pop Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. Ninja Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy, finish him, spare this wretched Let's finish him! No student will ever walk in the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef! Attack. You ready your final attack. You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. Meta. Student loan debt destruction does 10 damage. Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Mikey. You continue to surprise me, Mikey Squeeze. The defeated monster is left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. Whoa, that's a cool book. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. What the fuck, we're in my room? The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. He proceeded to watch you sleep and even crawled into bed with you. What a creep. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Zzz. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like him? Like?
I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. I like him.
We got to talking after class and he's actually
We got to talking after class and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's totally smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at the school he didn't even go to. And was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade.
I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student ever to attend University Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now?
We definitely connected yesterday.
Haha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Bessie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing.
So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. Man even gave me some. He showed me what he meant. He said that it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I'd have some of my own.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with him and brought him home.
That's against customs, and I'm pretty sure what he gave you was weed or something gross.
You're so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with him, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with this meaning of spices here.
Whatever. Anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not opposed to share Well, I'm definitely not opposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Cough, favorite cough.
Please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? It's our bestie. Pretty sure we're gonna lose the game if I choose this, but let's see what happens. Make up a fake ingredient, tell the ingredient. Tell the truth. Oh, yeah, okay, tell the truth. Okay, I'll tell you what it is, but it has to stay secret. Miriam nods furiously. He told me that he uses dick. Never would I have guessed that, would you? Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure out that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does the same thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on a horse. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Run to him. Let's stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse stance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, didn't realize that anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you.
Oh, Mikey Squeeze just gets really nervous around people they like.
What? This is not helping.
I mean, they got food poisoning and they were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it.
Gives you a wink and a smile, as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming.
Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Tell them to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try to get a closer look. No, be straight up with them. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
It doesn't hurt to be a little evil.
You finally get a look at what it is they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. Why? We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot.
Hey, watch you bucket of bolts.
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Except he ran over his fucking foot. He did something. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Oh, it's a stand mixer. Okay, whatever that is. Womp womp.
No, your mother was a stand mixer.
Where? Bzz. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows! I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Look at her eyes, dude, they were crazy. Ashley's tone was completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, why do I even care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you out with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. What? After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Mikey Squeeze, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit? What's it gonna be? It's probably gonna be the dog biscuit, right? Let's go with the dog biscuit. Fuck it. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps? You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What the fuck? What kind of a monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Can this be the end? Why? Getting between a dog and his bone probably isn't a great choice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, this is it. So not the dog biscuit. The glass of water seems too boring. I think it's gonna be the shimmering pepper. Brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper kills you. The end. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. Ooh. My friend, ew. This guy again? Why are they being so hard on this guy?
I'm here to give you an important message. Ugh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is...
Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must...
You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness.
Aw, man!
They keep shafting this guy. You come to and find everyone staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes, I'm sure he'll forgive you, someday. Come on, it's time for lunch!
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared
By a timed competitive cook-off! The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Man, that they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. We're gonna take on their challenge. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down in it, so be it.
What? I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool.
A good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Mikey Squeeze. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a classroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer! Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Ooh! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope that a message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. But how would you have gotten into this school without knowing that? Should we start getting wrong answers, or should we just do this one straight up? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe you don't know this Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say you used? It's 11. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients just yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Vigilance, trust, and gratitude. Gratitude. That's right! You must never take the opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw enemy. Sorry. And draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So, where does it come from? Fuck, it was a small town. This is a horrible time to start forgetting important things. Next question. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silent, sizzling, bubbling. Sizzling. That's wrong? Oh, it's bubbling? Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. Fuck. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Mikey Squeeze. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a... What the fuck? That's too fast. Grr. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which one do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. What does this have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof! You're really struggling to keep up. And the next station is over. Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. Take up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance used in the kitchen middle, but sometimes it means sacrificing the personal touch! You might not have any hands, but Mikey Squeeze does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough know when it's properly mixed!
God, that voice is getting even annoying to me, dude. God damn it. There's an easy way, and there's a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed.
Mikey Squeeze, no!
But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that takes me the winner by default. No, it won't be fair to compare the two on account of Mikey Squeeze's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Mikey Squeeze to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hands. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. I don't want to look jealous. That's never a good look. So I'm gonna internalize it. I'm gonna internalize it and just bury it deep down inside until it comes out in therapy later. What you should do with most things, right? Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Did we just lose? The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. No, please, not that. He's my man. And he won't even ask you to cater to his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know that you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think, Colonel. Well, then think again. I was always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived, but for a while anyhow. I didn't know. That's pretty extreme, Colonel Sanders. Gun violence is a pretty big issue, and I'd hate for you to be taking light of it right now. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignited inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster.
Gorko the Spork Monster is here to fight a hero! Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu?
I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night.
That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them.
Are you stronger than Borko? Well,
we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think that Mikey Squeeze is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies.
I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes you and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! Yeah! Sorry, that was like an anime scream. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp.
Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at the school until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're such a powerful chef. You shouldn't rely on the dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through the sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there was some bad cooks in the kitchen alive. Mikey Squeeze. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? I think we should reveal the secret to Colonel Sanders. He told us his secret recipe after all, at least one of the ingredients. You decide that you're as ready as ever, what the fuck? You decide you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux Hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to that last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Huh. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, these sparkling ones I assume are the correct ones, right? It's the ones to click. Is this a safe? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sanders. Then it dawns on you. 69420. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? No. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Is this a baby? What the fuck? He's got a goatee. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's like it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded. Am I right? A little self-deprecation, I guess. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This camel. This photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? I think I've seen that one on the internet before. I think that's a real picture. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh, that door just opened, but let's keep going through the pictures. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they aren't. No, they aren't. You can clearly see in the photo they're not doing that. Why is it saying they're doing that? You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. I actually do wonder who that is. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This vase. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Outside? Is this a painting or is this outside? Oh, that's outside. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up.
Are you thinking of heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. Why are they so mean to him this whole time? We don't even know who he is. We just said we don't know who he is, and we're bullying the guy. Like, he even died in this. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Alright, what about this cock? You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize that it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh, this is a candle, right? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? A piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's what is it? It's my, you know, it's your mom. It's your mom. I don't know. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of this comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Are they implying that Colonel Sanders' hair is made of spun silver? Okay, what else do we have? Is that everything? Alright, the door. When you open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within, you take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. Ah, fried chicken and just a touch of ball sack. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks about why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is the moment and make a big move. Tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Wait, what's the truth? You decide now is the moment and make a big move. Let's make a big move. I want to fuck this guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't that kind of game. What? I thought this was... What? I thought that was exactly what this game was. I feel cheated. Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over. Alright, what the fuck? Alright, here we are. Alright. So, what am I supposed to do? You decide that now's your moment. Make not that. Not that. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Let's just tell him the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too. But I am concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Mikey Squeeze. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Oh. Ooh. That was nice. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. A used condom is on the floor beside you. Colonel Sanders is nowhere to be found. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. The Colonel's raging boner. In some jurisdictions, the Colonel's raging boner isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a sample breakfast I whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we are the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. He'd be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg, flatter him. I want to see how we insult him, but I don't want it to take us all the fucking way back to the quad again. Fuck it, this is the only time I'm ever gonna play this game. Let's see it. It's good, but my mom made better. Okay, like, yeah, my mom does make great cooking. Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Colonel, I know what you're going to say. I need to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night! I fucked that machine!
I've been desperate
to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you! I got so worried that something had happened to you!
It's okay, I was just having sex with Colonel Sanders.
But now it turns out you finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam!
Sure, but
you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday! I went on a date!
I think I can believe that.
Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him! Of course I told him you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? Okay, so he's a pressure cooker.
And now I'm really not sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious!
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dips too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school.
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Mikey Squeeze, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Never. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Mikey Squeeze, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Mikey Squeeze. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I am always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. Oh no, did we lose him because of last night? See you inside, Mikey Squeeze. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa! That's the book! It looks like bad news!
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic! Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not really in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast the forbidden spell, don't do it after all. Now we reach a dilemma that, well, it's a dilemma that many of us may face in our own lifetimes. Not literally, but perhaps morally. If you could erase someone from your memory, would you do it? I think the answer would probably be yes, but the implication here is that we'd be erasing Colonel Sanders, and that's not something I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and say don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give for him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Let's give him a snack. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but it's not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Mikey Squeeze, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Mikey Squeeze, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for another class!
Bzz, bzz.
You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Brrr.
But no! You have to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan! J&J forever! Watch it form a triangle in midair as we descend! Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know?
Bzz, bzz.
Yeah, well that doesn't make it a great date!
Beep. Brrr.
And take Jeff and Joan with you! You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care!
Said beep. Mike begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzz.
No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank!
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy, he's a machine. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna crush this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before the exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. The chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Mikey Squeeze's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie into the oven. But as soon as you do, the cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Mikey Squeeze, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. What should we do? Let's fess up. I don't want to ruin it. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little more than visualizing. I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. And that's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha. No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably be burning any second if you don't pull it out. The pull-out method. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I have ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, as I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices. He's trying to figure out a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend! Blaster! Best friend! Best friend! Baster Blaster!
Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roid.
Oh, he's on steroids? Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let that happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she gonna use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Cast a spell, do it the hard way. Ooh, this is a trick question. Okay, I remember the Colonel was saying that we should do things the hard way because that's usually the way to do it. I don't know. Let's cast a spell. Let's see what happens. You take out your own spell book and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix.
You summoned me? Ah, the broom cooking arena! So many fond memories of bothering the place in my old life.
In your old life?
I wasn't always the monster you see before me. No, once I was but a student like yourself, I attended this school.
Spork monster notices the book you're holding.
I see what's going on here. Things aren't going your way, huh? But there, my friend. I tried to cast a spell on myself and to imbue my body with the powers of favorite birds. As you imagine, things do not go as planned. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it!
I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The spork monster's smile curls up mischievously.
For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell me who's giving you trouble, and we'll take very good care of them.
You motion to Ashley, and before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recite a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides out to the produce section of the arena, far from her station.
Okay, I gotta go, bye!
Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. You're immediately racked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. Try to save her. Do nothing. Ashley remains a chicken. Heartlessness. Do nothing. Chicken Ashley pecks around at the base of some cabinetry searching for some loose vegetable seed. Mikey Squeeze, how could you? Cheating on a final exam. I have never been more disappointed. And here I was, considering you for a place not only in my future chain of highly successful chicken restaurants, but also my heart. Without hesitation, he casts a counterspell from memory that saves her. There's such a thing as competing with honor, and this does not qualify. I no longer want anything to do with you. Game over. Try again. Yeah. Alright, we better try again. We chose a lot of wrong decisions there for fun. Let's choose the real ones this time. We're gonna do it the hard way this time. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Alright. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Mikey Squeeze. Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Mikey Squeeze, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever!
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking?
tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Fucking why? Don't ruin my dish.
It's the secret ingredient.
However, neither of you know that Colonel Sanders made that first ingredient enough to throw you off the trail of his secret recipe. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster.
Steve, wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Spork Monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So, I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills are really impressing me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Ha! Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in the pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch it from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time monster school that I had fallen asleep during the scare tactic detection when I woke up.
You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck!
Having suffered through this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. Okay, we'll give up. Alright, you made it this far and now you're gonna quit? Suit yourself. Game over. Okay, yeah, that was a boring one. Here we go. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. Very anime. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win! Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. You go Super Saiyan 18, whatever they're on now. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for...
Yes, Mikey Squeeze, you're the chosen one. You will avenge me.
The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cock. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven can't be served. But don't worry, dear Mikey Squeeze, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I have been watching you today, and I must say, I do declare, I am truly impressed. You have been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I am here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. Damn! And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have a surprising effects that suppress their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
Hee hee, I'm flying.
Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad. Haha.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Why would he support that? Why wouldn't he give the guy a retake? Like, what the fuck is this? This game, like, promotes a lot of bullying. I'm not liking this. Wait a second. Pranks, clank. Where'd that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there is none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his dick dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug.
Thank you, Mikey Squeeze, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up. Now describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in a axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pot it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof.
Please be gentle with my cuisine.
Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who'd have thought that serving food in a bowl made out of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour.
Don't discount simplicity.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue. Margarine? Meringue? And connected by sugar glass. Lemon meringue. That doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd like to ask that you refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Mikey Squeeze? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe in too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. She turns into a real bitch. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you gave me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 48 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It is so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, and you pass, and you pass, and you pass, and I'm the Oprah dog of passing people in culinary school. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality and into another dimension. Okay, here we go, back into the transcendence, right? You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be any better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for their one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Oh, ah, you knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Damn.
Ashley looking thick in them jeans.
For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together,
it's a spork monster and he's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more! From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me as by my new name, Party Monster!
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? I think we all know who. Oh, I thought it was fucking, the Colonel. It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do. For the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Someone's jewel pen exploded. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What?
What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figure out who you are, Clank.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she's managed to surpass you in that regard, because you still want to fuck the Colonel. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. How LOL XD random. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Ooh, he's looking smart with that white tee with a pocket protector and some well-fitting slacks. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give him a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be one of the most famous chicken men in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Mikey Squeeze, what are you doing here sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance? I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Just to name a few. It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes! I'd love to. I thought you'd never ask. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Mikey Squeeze. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your... Oh wait, sorry, that's me. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is your best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect? Are you kidding me? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing with him his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Mikey Squeeze, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way you'll have me by your side. The end? How am I gonna have him by my side? I don't get it. Okay, how'd we do? Was that it? Was the game over? Alright, so that was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I didn't super love that game. It was obviously, the whole thing was a commercial for, you know, their products, and I think they have like this new mac and cheese with chicken tenders or something, I don't know. That sounds pretty good. But, the thing is, like, I was just overtly aware of the fact that it was a commercial the entire time. I like the effort that they put into the game, although they are a billion-dollar company, so, like, they had the resources. And, like, a lot of the humor was obviously pandering, I think. Like, a lot of that LOL XD random, they had a dog as a teacher, and they're like, oh, millennials love dogs. And, they had that one character who looked like, one of the more popular anime characters. And also, there were some themes of bullying in this game that I really didn't like. Like, they just kept shitting on that one student for no reason just because he looked nerdy and everybody else was, like, anime beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like this game. To be honest, I really didn't like this game that much. I'm not going to play it again to get more endings. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!